In today's show, we take a look at the incredible stories of dogs rescued from extreme situations. Coming up, trapped and surrounded by water. Can the flood rescue team help Ronnie and his owners?
Hey Ronnie, good lad.
In the back of your mind, you're thinking, we're stuck there until help arrives.
In Merseyside, the tide rises on a Rottweiler cross that needs to be rescued from the River Dee's treacherous mudflats.
Someone's managed to get a lead around the dog. The problem is now we need to bring it back safely.
Little terrier Edie is trapped and terrified. Will the RSPCA and Fire Brigade be able to release her?
She can't turn round or stand up.
Early one morning on Merseyside in 2014, Inspector Anthony Joines responded to an emergency call. A Rottweiler cross called Jasper was stranded on the River Dee's treacherous mudflats after escaping from home.
Basically, it's the River Dee where separates the Wirral from North Wales. So it's a major river, and obviously when the tide goes out, it leaves these really big indents or channels in the ground. Somehow the dog has got down into the channel and then scaled. It's managed to get back up. The tide will be coming back in 3 hours' time. So I've rung the Coast Guard. I'm hoping they're going to come out and assist us. It's treacherous, it's so dangerous.
In places, the mud on the River Dee is up to 6 feet deep and like quicksand, which makes this a particularly tough job.
You can just see now that's the Coast Guard.
So it's a good thing Anthony's part of the RSPCA's water rescue team.
I'd love to just go and run out there and get it myself now and drag it back, but they end up rescuing the rescuer, and then I look like an idiot.
Amanda Gill, a friend of the owner, is already on the other bank keeping Jasper calm. But this selfless act has made a tricky rescue even more difficult.
A member of the public has got across, but then got themselves stuck.
It might not look dangerous, but the tide is rising as quickly as 1 inch per minute. If Jasper or Amanda get stuck in the mud, they could drown. Marion Thompson, Jasper's owner, and her friend have been looking for him, and after putting a post on the internet, thankfully, someone pointed them in the right direction.
In those high winds, a tree came and fell on his cabin, and he took off. And we've been looking for him, and it's a miracle we found him.
Every second, the tide is rising, and that, combined with 6-foot-deep pockets of mud, could be a killer combination. So Anthony's not taking any chances, which is why he's working hand in hand with the Coast Guard.
What we're going to do is we're going to break out the mud rescue kit just in case anything goes wrong. Carrying the cage across is going to be the big issue.
If anyone was to get stuck, the consequences could be fatal. So it's a good thing Anthony's had training for exactly these sorts of situations.
You can see how sticky it is, and how deep that you sink into that mud, so it's pretty treacherous, really.
What we'll do is we'll take the basket stretcher across, get him in the cage, put the cage in here, bring it back up.
With the river rising, the team can't afford for Jasper to run off and get stuck in the mud. He's disorientated, hungry, and scared.
Take your time, no problem at all. Nice and slow.
What I'm going to do is I'm always going to send it to that side of me, in case it goes.
No problem.
If Anthony and the Coast Guard get stuck, they are in deep water, but they've got specialist kit to help them.
Do you want to get up there?
Yeah.
Anthony has to tread carefully. If he unnerves Jasper, he could bolt. And a panicked dog in the mud could be a disaster.
So what have you got around him? He can't get away, essentially. He could kick off, yeah.
This is a volatile situation. The last thing Anthony wants to do is spook Jasper and for him to run off. So he needs Amanda's help.
How are you doing?
Keep tight hold, keep tight hold. This has been a bit stressful, hasn't it? Hey.
Jasper's more comfortable with her, so Anthony lets her coax him into the cage.
Just take your time. Just push him in. Push. Let go of the lead.
Good boy, don't worry.
Well done, mate. Good boy.
Phew, that was close.
It's unbelievable. Everyone's pulled together and got in. It's a miracle. It's no short of a miracle, isn't it?
Did well there. Well done. At least he's secure.
But with the water rising and the current getting stronger, there's still a long way to go to get Jasper back to safety. No pats on the back yet. Earlier on, Inspector Anthony Joins was called to an emergency rescue. A frightened Rottweiler cross called Jasper was stranded on the River Dee's mudflats with his owner's friend Amanda, who went to try and save him.
A member of the public has got across, but then got themselves stuck. You can see how sticky it is, how deep that you sink into that mud. So it's pretty treacherous, really.
Luckily, Amanda and Anthony managed to get Jasper safely in a cage.
Good boy, don't worry.
But every second, the tide is rising. Now it's a race against time to get Amanda and Jasper back to safety.
Guys, can you assist with a hand haul, please? Tide's coming in, so it's a bit urgent.
This is the most risky part of the rescue. Within 10 minutes, the water will be at shoulder height and the current is getting stronger.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
The team can't afford mistakes. Almost.
Right. Right.
Good boy, it's all right, it's all right. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thankfully, Jasper, Amanda and the team have made it across in one piece.
Well done, guys. A bit wet, mate, but you're all right. It's a bit crazy, wasn't it? A bit hairy. It went under at first, but obviously, I was trusting the kit. It floated in the end. The dog's a bit wet, but fine. But obviously, you can see, look at the difference. How quick that's coming in. It's so dangerous. So, how great is it that so many people have turned out, risking their lives, essentially? I know it sounds a bit dramatic, but they are, to rescue one dog. Should have had Weetabix this morning.
Not willing to give Jasper a chance to make a dash for it again, Anthony's taking no risks. Like everyone else, he's probably too knackered anyway.
Best place for him is to go straight home, so I'll put him in my van, and then we'll take him straight home.
Within minutes of getting Jasper in the van, the tide is over 6 foot high and rising.
Obviously, it's job done now, but if you look over there, that would be overhead height. So if you got stuck in that mud, or the dog had tried to make its way across and become stuck, you're talking fatalities, animal and human, so you can't sort of get across how serious the situation was.
Bewildered, startled and starving, it's been a tough ride for Jasper. But he's finally back home at Marion's Animal Sanctuary.
I'm absolutely delighted that we've caught him. Absolutely over the moon. Really, I am. I want to cry with happiness. I just think it's great.
He's in this little cabin here, some food and water, and he just needs to be left alone to relax. And it'll be a happy ending for good old Jasper. So I think I'm going to go and get a cup of tea now, I think.
I think I need one too. And Jasper, no more running off, OK? I don't think my nerves can take it. Dogs have to be rescued from all kinds of extreme situations. In 2016, on a freezing morning in Liverpool, veteran Inspector Helen Smith responded to a call about 2 abandoned dogs called Turner and Hooch.
Right now we're going to a property where the lady who used to live there has been evicted. We've had a call from the landlord to say she's not been there for about 2 weeks and there are 2 large dogs in the back garden. As far as he knows, the dogs haven't been fed, no one's been going to them. If they've not been fed for 2 weeks and they've not had anything, I'd expect them to be pretty thin. If they've not had water, then I'm not expecting them to be alive.
Preparing for the worst, Helen's called on Animal Welfare Officer Matt Brown.
Hello.
Hello.
Thankfully, there are signs of life.
Hello. Are they dog to border?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Oh, hello. OK, right, I think the other side.
Turner and Hooch on.
Turner and Hooch, that's what they're called.
Once in the garden, it's obvious Turner and Hooch are in very poor condition.
Oh, my goodness, look at you two. Look how skinny you two are. There's no excuse, is there?
Come on, lad.
Come on, darling.
The brothers should be powerful, muscular dogs, but instead they're practically skin and bone.
Oh, come on, sweetheart. Are you going to be friendly? Turner, Hooch, come on. Oh, they're terrified. Come on, sweetheart, it's OK. You don't want to stay here.
Come on.
Come on. There's no shelter. Think how cold it's been. It's freezing, isn't it? It's like 0 degrees. If they've been out here for 2 weeks, they've probably lost the body weight as well from trying to keep warm. They've nowhere to lie that's dry. They've got no bowls, water, no food. Just disgusting, isn't it? They wouldn't survive the winter like that. And they're terrified.
Helen and Matt must approach carefully to keep Turner and Hooch as calm as possible.
He's thinking about it.
He is. He's just a bit scared. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, then. Come on.
He's on the lead.
Come on, sweetheart. Hello. Hello. I'll get that one. Hey, yeah. All those scars on his head as well.
Top of his head's terrible scars.
They've been fighting over food, possibly. Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Now Matt needs to get anxious Hooch safely on a lead.
Look, come on. Hello. Come on. We've got the brother. He's fine, look.
Come on, sweetheart. Hey?
You all right, Matt? Come on.
Look,
Oh, good boy.
Spirit on now.
That's it.
There you go.
We're getting out of here, guys.
A bit of a spirit on then.
Come on.
mate.
Yeah. We've got a nice little bed for you. Some food. We'll take them to the vet and have a proper look at them. And give them some nice food and get them warm. Boy, you only just fit. You only just fit. It's all right. You're a good boy.
Weight loss can be a symptom of an underlying illness. Fingers crossed, it's just food these two need.
All right, next stop is the vets.
We'll be back with these boys later. RSPCA inspectors train for all sorts of emergencies. It involves specialist kit and teamwork, and at times of natural disaster, the charity works alongside the emergency services. When Storm Desmond hit Britain in 2015, Carlisle in Cumbria suffered severe flooding.
Is he breathing? He's unresponsive. You just bring him on casualty out on the stretcher. You're all right, you're all right.
And it was all hands on deck. The River Eden swelled beyond its capacity and the drains were overwhelmed. The floodwater caused £500 million worth of damage in a matter of hours. Devastation for thousands of residents.
Yeah, Rob, just to let you know, there are a number of people that need extraction on this street. Have you got a dog up there as well? OK.
Caretaker David Stevens, his diabetic wife Carolyn and dog Ronnie escaped from their bungalow but got marooned in the school he looks after.
We had 3 foot in 10 minutes, came up really quick. and just made for higher ground into the school and hoped it wouldn't get that to the height it did. And it did, so we just couldn't get out.
Inspector Mark Gent and his team were sent to the rescue.
We rode around the back of the school, and there was a double doors at the back, and we actually went underneath a canopy, and we initially tried to get the boat into the school, but it was too wide.
Inside, they had no food or water, and the team had a limited window of time to get them out.
I want one of you just to get out and have a look, see if the door will open, because just be careful, it's deep, you're going to go under. I'll be honest with you, we might end up having to go out of a window, because I don't want to bring the guys down here. Yeah, it's too deep.
The alarms were going off because of a fire in the electricity substation.
In the back of your mind, you're thinking, the fire alarms are going off. Is there a fire somewhere? We can't actually get out of the building because of the water, and we're stuck there until help arrives.
So myself and a colleague jumped into the water.
We'll get the boat in here if we get this door open. No, just leave it. You'll be all right there, won't you?
And made our way through the corridor and into the main foyer of the school.
I'll give you a shout as soon as we're done. Right, Derek. You want my torch on? We can touch the floor. Yeah, put the torch on.
Having to walk through floodwater and the drag that then has on your legs, it is quite demanding physically. You're working in floodwater, which in turn is very dirty, and there's a lot of contaminants in there, so we've got to be very careful with that side of things as well.
No. Left. Hi, guys.
And that's when we saw Ronnie, Carolyn and Dave stood on the steps waiting for us.
You all right?
And at that point, we didn't really know how to get them out. It was a good feeling for me anyway. They were fitting well, Ronnie seemed OK. I don't think he liked us very much at that point because we were dressed in, obviously, our flood suits. I think he was a little bit, oh, you know, who are these people coming up with the helmets on, and a bit scary.
What's his name? Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. Good lad. I know you, good boy. I'm going to walk past you, good lad. Hello, Ronnie.
He ignored us a bit, you know, and we had a good look round to try and look at how we could get out of the school. And with Dave there, I think he reassured him and he settled down quite nicely.
If you go in that room there, just wait, because we're going to smash the window. Actually, if you go in there, sorry.
We'd smashed the window and made sure there was no glass there. We actually used some of the school jumpers that we found in the classroom to line the window so that there was no glass that he could cut himself on, and it worked quite well.
After spending most of the night without provisions, diabetic Carolyn could get medical help. It was just a matter of getting 60 kilos of Dog de Bordeaux off the roof.
All right, buddy, good boy. Good boy. If you bring him to the edge and just gently lower him down, you get front end, Car. You get front end. You got him? Yep, we got him.
Good lad. What a good boy.
I think it's massive, isn't it, really? It's like a son or a daughter. You do anything to try and make sure that they're safe, happy and well.
Ronnie, come on, son. Hurry, Ronnie. Come on, then.
If we'd went to bed, we'd never got out of the bungalow. We'd have been stuck there. Could have been a lot worse. And
The water would have been chest high in the bungalow.
Do you want to let his dad get him? Come on. Come on.
I think Ronnie would say something like, God, you look strange, but also, cheese, mate.
Today, David and Carolyn are back where it all started.
Ronnie was up there on the roof, absolutely terrified. It's weird to come back when it's all gone again. It's like it never happened.
And Ronnie can get the chance to say cheers.
How are we doing? It's a good boy. At least you're dry this time. He's a good boy. At least he's recovered from the jumping off the roof.
He's recovered, yeah.
He seems happy enough, doesn't he? It's just strange knowing that the water level was obviously up to the window, and we were pretty much, I suppose, if I was up that level with the boat, weren't we? It seems quite a way down now.
It does, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah. But, glad you got out, and I'm glad you got out.
Yeah, I'm pleased you were there to help us.
I don't think he's ever been out of a window on a school roof before and put into a boat, so he coped with it really well.
Did you know at the time we had a dog with us?
The fire service, I think, had made some inquiries and found out that I think yourself was diabetic, and we had Ronnie with us, so we had the substation on fire, so we had quite a lot of things to think about, and I think the main aim was to get in as quick as we can and get you out.
Ronnie and his owners are slowly getting their lives back together. As the floods subsided, the River Eden finally returned to normal levels. Coming up, the race to free a little terrier trapped under a container at a livery yard.
Keep going with Blue. Keep going with Blue.
And a late-night rescue mission to save stranded Westie Penny.
Whenever you deal with something like this, there's an element of risk.
In Essex in 2015, an emergency call came in to Inspector Matt Goff.
The dog has gone under some sort of shipping container. The owner believes it's trapped under there. She's tried to call the fire service to see if they'll assist, but they want us to go and assess the situation before they're prepared to attend.
It sounds like the dog's life is under threat, so Matt has to drop everything and get there as soon as possible. At a livery yard outside Shoebury Ness, owner Vicky Negan rushes Matt to one of the nearby fields. There, trapped under the old van container, is Edie.
Oh, yes. I see you.
A 9-year-old terrier cross, and she's terrified.
She's managed to get about halfway along the container, and under the bottom of the containers there's metal ribs that obviously provide the support for the floor. She's crawled along this side where there's a little cutout in the dirt. She's obviously gone in between the ribs. She can't turn round or stand up. It almost looks like she's in a half-turned position, doesn't it?
It's dark under there, and there could be any number of hazards.
There's a nasty little rusted
Sticking out a bit.
metal thing.
The container is kept off the ground by metal girders, between which Edie is stuck fast. She's visibly shaking and very scared, and Matt knows the equipment he has with him won't be enough to lift the container.
The only jack I've got is a little vehicle jack, and it'd just topple.
Edie's panic-stricken and wedged in, so Matt has no choice but to call in the experts.
I'll get the fire service to come down. Oh, hi there, it's Matt Goff calling, one of the RSPCA inspectors. I can't get it out, so I was just wondering if there was anybody available to come down and give us a hand getting this dog out. That is her in the background, yeah.
Poor Edie's obviously nervous and could be injured. Small dogs like Edie can get very stressed, which can cause cardiovascular failure.
No need to be upset.
While they wait, Vicky can only comfort the trapped terrier and try to stop her panicking.
All we can do to reassure her, really, is having you nearby so she can see and smell you, hopefully.
Yeah.
She's definitely calm when you're there.
I just can't wait for her to be okay, you know. It's hard not to think the worst when you're stuck on the outside and she's in there. If I think about it, the more upset I get.
Mark Turnbull is the first man from the local fire brigade on the scene.
What dog is it?
Jack Russell Cross.
He has to assess what equipment they're going to need.
You can see it, can you?
Yes.
Yeah, just about.
How long has she been there?
About 2 and a bit hours.
2 and a bit hours. Going very hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
There's no other choice. The team will need some specialist equipment if they're to have any chance of saving poor Edie.
Can we have a rescue pump down here, please?
Before long, the main rescue unit arrives and the firemen can assess the situation.
When we lift it, do you think she'll work?
I suspect as soon as you lift it by 2 or 3 inches, she's just going to come shooting straight out of there.
Right, just bring the gear down.
The professionals may be here, but the clock is ticking, and poor Edie is getting more stressed.
Right, it's a little terrier. It's about 3 foot, just inside there, Rich.
The firemen have decided to place special inflatable pads under the container. But it's crucial they're positioned correctly if the container is to be raised enough for Edie to escape. Blocks will support the container as it lifts, but the worry is getting a bit much for Edie's owner, Vicky.
She will be absolutely fine. It's just the good thing is it's literally a straight lift.
Yeah.
This kit is used to lift tons and tons.
Matt wants to get Vicky into Edie's line of sight, so she'll run straight to her when she's released.
If you could be here, if you could be with her, just even if you just talk to her so she can hear your voice, because this is going to be quite noisy, so it might just scare her a little bit.
Frightened dogs can be unpredictable. As soon as the container moves, she could dash anywhere and get into graver danger.
But it should be all right. If it's uneven, it'll find ground, won't it?
Fine. Go on then. Float back. Okay.
It's a long shot, but hopefully Matt's idea of having Vicky in sight will pay off.
Keep going with blue. Keep going with blue.
Slowly, the container starts to lift. For stability, they must only raise the container the minimum amount. Up one support.
Edie!
But it's still not enough, so the pads are inflated further.
Right, that's it.
Then just as they prepare to lift again...
Oh, hang on, I can see the edge. Hang on, mind it out of the way, mate.
Get your chucks out of the way.
There she is.
Edie breaks free, and Matt's plan works a treat as she runs straight to Vicky.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
It's a great result.
It's when they're out healthy, happy and back to the owner, that's the nicest bit. Hello, Edie.
Hey.
Hello. Hello, little lady. You have caused all sorts of trouble to her, haven't you? She does smell. She certainly seems perfectly happy considering her ordeal, doesn't she?
Over. She's not...
No, she's all right. She's lovely, isn't she? Edie's absolutely fine, no injuries. She's running around chasing mice, so I think she's going to be a happy, healthy and spoilt little dog today.
Probably best to avoid the containers this time, Edie. Back in the northwest, abandoned brothers Turner and Hooch have been taken to Salford Animal Hospital. They're both desperately underweight.
Is he all right? I'll get mine out.
Helen needs to make sure there's no underlying medical reason for their condition.
Come on then, your brother's here.
Come on. Here's your bro.
You're looking for food?
First up, for vet Vanessa Whitfield, is the bigger of the two brothers.
So which is this one?
This is Hooch.
The body condition score is very, very poor. Skull prominence is there, all his spinal prominence, his ribs, his shoulder, these are his shoulders here, clearly visible, and his hip bones are clearly visible. We marked them out of 9, where 9 is the fattest dog you've ever seen, and 1 is very, very, very thin to emaciation, and I think we can say he's a 1. He's lost a lot of muscle mass.
And Turner's condition isn't much better.
Hello. A little bit more forthcoming than your friend. He's a smaller dog. He's not actually as thin. That's quite as thin as the other one.
Right.
Reasonable. I mean, he's verging on a 1. But yeah, this one, again, is considerably underweight.
How long do you think it would take for dogs to receive no food at all to
If they receive no food at all, they'd become into this state within 10 to 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're given small amounts of food, it can take from weeks even to a couple of months. Depends on the amount of food, but complete starvation, the dog's normally dead within 2 weeks.
Right.
It sounds as though Helen rescued them just in time.
You've been very good. Gentle giants, aren't you?
But before these two get a much-deserved meal, Vanessa needs to take a blood sample to make sure it's only a lack of food that's causing their weight loss.
Oh, is it a bit stressful? Oh, dear. All right, lad.
He's just so fed up with this.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, and we're all done. Come on, then. Good lad.
Now for something he will enjoy.
There you go. Quick, quick, quick. What's this?
Ooh, lovely.
What's that?
Yeah, we can certainly say he was hungry, can't we?
Starving. Oh.
We can only give him a small amount of food because if he has been truly starved for a number of days, if we give them too much food, it can make them really, really ill.
Yeah.
He's just going to be on a third of a tin 6 times a day.
6 times a day?
Yeah, and then
right.
we'll put him onto the puppy complete 4 times daily then. And you're done.
Hooch! Oh, is that nice?
With Turner's bloods also taken, he gets to chow down too.
Is he ready for his lunch?
Yeah, he's ready.
There you go.
There you go. A bit more refined than his brother.
A little bit, yeah, just a tad. Bit more etiquette.
Yeah. The most likely explanation is they haven't been given enough food, but I want to rule out there's not an underlying disease. So that's why we're doing the tests, and then we're going to put them on a careful refeeding programme. I bet he'll be better in 2 to 3 weeks.
Now that Turner and Hooch are safe, Helen can focus on tracking down their owner and find out why they were left to waste away.
Bye-bye. As far as I'm concerned at the minute, there's no excuse to leave your dogs in that state with nothing. I mean, they didn't even have the fundamental water or a bed, there's no excuse at the minute for me. The vets have already said they'll support a Section 9 offence, which means that the needs haven't been met. And then we'll just take it from there and we'll see what our prosecutions department say.
We'll be back with Turner and Hooch later. The RSPCA are on call 24 hours a day, and in 2013 they got a late evening call about a West Highland Terrier stranded on an island in a river in Suffolk. Local resident Isabel Morton raised the alarm after spotting it over 3 hours earlier.
First time we saw him, he was actually in the water, and my husband Tim got a ladder, but the ladder wasn't long enough to get over to the island to see if we could get him out of the water. He's obviously very upset, bless him. So it'd be great to see him rescued.
This isn't going to be a conventional rescue, so RSPCA Inspector Jason Finch from the Water Rescue Team has been called in.
Light's going, so we need to get ourselves kitted up and try to get it done before it gets too dark. Water rescue kit, we've got dry suits, buoyancy aids, helmets, everything that we need to protect us, keep us dry, keep us warm, protect us from any horrible substances that might be in the water.
This team really is a partnership because Jason's working with his girlfriend, Nikki.
We were at home watching telly when Laura rang us about this dog. So we were able to come out, the kit's all prepared in the vans, it's all ready to go. So we've got here within half an hour and, even though it's getting dark, hopefully we can now do this rescue and make sure this little dog's tucked up warm for the night.
The amount of kit might seem excessive, but with a steep 6-foot bank, several feet of water and virtually zero visibility, things could very easily go wrong.
We're not going very far through the water, but whenever you deal with something like this, there's an element of risk. You can't get rid of that risk completely. You just got to try and minimise it as much as we possibly can. OK?
Yep, good to go.
I'll grab mine.
Having only had fleeting glimpses of the dog, no one knows how long it's been here or what condition it's in, so they need to get it out as quickly as possible.
Hello. Oh, hi, sweetheart.
It looks friendly so far, but is it going to come and cooperate?
What's your name? She's called Penny.
Oh, she got a collar and a tag. Brilliant.
Because Penny is wearing a name tag, it's likely that somewhere there's a very worried owner.
Oh, you're certainly well fed, aren't you?
Although, fortunately, she doesn't seem to be suffering from starvation.
Don't be worried about getting the dog wet, Nick. If it has to paddle a little bit, it paddles.
Right, this is going to get a little bit harder.
Getting off the island was just the first challenge. Now Nikki and Penny need to safely get back up the bank.
I'm going to try and pull you a little bit.
OK.
All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it is well fed. Come on, Charlie. Right.
Having got Penny and Nikki back on dry land, the rescue has been a success.
Glad she's all right. She looks very pleased.
And Jason is over the moon.
doesn't get any better than this. It's just brilliant. Rescuing an animal that cannot get itself out of the predicament that it's in. Wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't have the kit and the training that we've got.
Fortunately, Penny wanted to be rescued, so she came straight to me and I was able to carry her back over.
Although they have a name on the tag,
yay!
The information from a microchip is a sure way to reunite Penny with her owner.
Dogs and cats mainly can be implanted with a microchip, which is about the size of a grain of rice, which you put in the back of their necks. And it carries a unique identification number, and that's registered with a central database, so we'll be able to give the owner a ring straight away.
A phone call and a short wait later, a very relieved owner is on his way.
With the tag on, we hoped somebody would find her. I'm absolutely shattered, to be honest with you, looking for her, but no luck at all, you know. This phone call was heaven sent, really, because she really is a lovely little dog.
She says, I've had a bit of an adventure.
She has had an adventure. She'll get bathed and dried off and warm, and she'll be sleeping where she usually does, which is fairly close to me.
This kind of thing just makes all of the other bad stuff that we do see on a day-to-day basis worthwhile. For me, this is the perk of the job. How can you not enjoy that? How can you not get just an amazing feeling from it, really? Job done.
Coming up, we catch up with Turner and Hooch, rescued from extreme conditions, to find out how their recovery is going.
When I first saw them in the garden, they were just so skinny. Hopefully they'll have improved now. Oh my goodness, look at you two. Look how skinny you two are.
Earlier, Inspector Helen Smith rescued two painfully thin Dog de Bordeaux, Turner and Hooch.
We're getting out of here, guys. Come on.
Their ravenous appetites suggested it was malnutrition causing their poor condition.
Starving. Oh.
But just to make sure, vet Vanessa Whitfield took blood samples.
But I want to rule out there's not an underlying disease.
That was 8 weeks ago, and today Helen is on her way to see how they're getting on.
Really looking forward to seeing Turner and Hooch. When I first saw them in the garden, they were just so skinny. Hopefully they'll have improved now.
Helen's been unable to track down Turner and Hooch's owner, but since they've been rescued, they've been staying at Halewood Animal Centre in Liverpool. Helen's arrived just in time for one of Turner's daily walks.
Oh my God! Come here! Hello! Hello, Turner, look at you! You look amazing! And all your ribs have disappeared, which is fab. Which is fabulous, you look amazing. God, he's like a different dog. And he's obviously put loads of weight on, so obviously the feeding's worked. That's fantastic. And he's much calmer now.
Animal care assistant Karen Bohanna has been looking after Turner.
He just needs love and affection, and I think he'll be a nice, well-rounded pet, yeah.
Yeah. Do you take regular weigh-ins?
Yes, twice a week.
Oh, right,
so
OK.
So every 3 to 4 days.
OK. So shall we go and weigh him and find out how much he's put on since when I brought him in?
Yeah, we can go weigh him.
The blood tests confirmed that Turner and Hooch were simply underfed, so they've been put on a special diet, which includes a high-protein puppy food to help bulk them up.
Come on then, let's see how much you weigh now.
And it seems to have done the job. Turner was just over 30 kilos when Helen rescued him. How about now?
41?
41 kilograms.
Wow, God, 11 kilos.
Good lad.
Turner looks terrific, but how's Hooch getting on?
So I'll get Hooch, because he needs weighing next anyway.
Fabulous. Okay. Bye-bye, Turner.
Good boy. Come on, sweetheart.
Hooch, the bigger of the brothers, was even thinner.
The body condition score is very, very poor. He's lost a lot of muscle mass.
Hooch was around 40 kilos when he was rescued.
55 kilograms.
55 kilograms now.
Oh, my goodness me.
Good lad.
That is loads of weight, isn't it? It's fantastic seeing Turner and Hooch. They have made such an improvement. I'm really, really, really pleased.
And now, just over a year later, Best in Show has caught up with Turner, renamed Rufus, in his new home with owner Niall Hutchinson.
Go. I came across Rufus when I went to volunteer for my local RSPCA. Good lad. He was with me 2 days later, and 6 months on, yeah, one of the best decisions I've made. Absolutely adore him.
And it's not just a place in Niall's heart that Rufus has got.
When I've had dogs before, I've never allowed them on the couches. But because he is so placid and easygoing, I've decided that he can have this bed to himself.
Well, it looks like you've got your very own TV there too. Dog rescuers.
Since I've had him, he's put another 5 kilos on. So, yeah, he's a big, strong dog these days. There you go. For the size of him, he's not a big eater. He's more of a grazer. When I leave the kitchen, he'll leave the kitchen with me. He just likes to be beside me. Ready? Shall we go out?
Rufus is quite the stylish hound around town.
He has a little backpack that's got his poo bags, his hand brush, his water, and also his biscuits.
For when your owner can't be bothered to carry anything.
Good boy. Hey, this way. Hey, 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 no pushing. Slow. Slow.
Who's taking who for a walk?
This way. Hey, this way.
Rufus clearly likes to take the lead.
This way, this way.
But that doesn't bother Niall at all.
I definitely couldn't imagine life without him. He's part of my life now. Yeah, it is me and Rufus.
Together forever.
This way or that way?
Wherever life takes them. Shivers back to the sofa. And the TV. Put the telly on.
He's just a pleasure to be around. Sit. Good boy. I can't fault him.